We're going to put the chassis together next before we put the bogies on it. These are really nice substantial chassis, powder coated with all of these little screws all in position, and they slot together brilliantly. Now the powder coat is pretty thick, so in some places you do need to just give yourself a little bit of clearance for them to clip together. The chassis is universal until you put your buffers on. The buffers, you can see, one has got a cutout and one hasn't. So that will choose which end of your chassis becomes the front and which becomes the rear. You can start at any end, doesn't matter. And they slip, clip into position. They're actually held on by the couplers. And the couplers are a series of laser cuts. You've got 3 on each end of the thin, 2 on each end of the fat. So you've got 1.5mm and 4mm. The 1.5s go, so pick a nice one with the best surface on the top, and then you slide in your thicker one, and then a thin, and then a thicker one, and finally your last thin one. When you slide all those in together, you get this lovely coupler on the front, but you also get this on the back that you can bolt into. And you've got these 28mm M4 pans, and you screw one of those to hold everything together. I'll just screw that on. Now, it will be a bit floppy when this is in position. I'm not actually going to do it up tight. The only reason for putting this screw thread in is just to hold everything together. And you'll see how it tightens up in a minute. Okay, so that has got movement on it. But the way you keep it flat to the chassis is with your 2 spacers. Oh, here they are. You've got a thick spacer and a thin spacer, 3mm and a 4mm. Doesn't matter which way around you put them in, but you've got to put one of each on each end. They just pop over. And that's all your spacing that you need. And that keeps it nice and straight. Screw in the second screw here. And I'll screw all that right the way through as well. Just making sure you keep all your laser cuts in the right position through the heart. And that's still got movement. If you push it and pull it, it will still move. But that's absolutely fine, because we bolt this into position once we've got our valances on the side. So I'll do the same on the other buffer beam. Actually, that one's going right the way through. That's good. Oops. Two spacers. One. Two. Okay. You can reconfigure these couplers if you want to. Take the center one out, drop it on the bottom or on the top, then you've got space to put a standard Accucraft coupler as well. But we can't actually do anything more with this chassis. Got to move on to the valances. So you've got left and right hand valances, and they go together really nicely, but you do find you get clearance issues in certain places. So it's really key to get these steps absolutely as flat as you can. So if you have any little bits in here that you might need to clean up, just gives you the clearances to get it nice and tight and flat. The way that it works is you put these two together. You line up the nuts on the back, push them into position, and that's actually how the step's held on. You can imagine anything inside there will hold that step off. So we just nut those into position. You can take this opportunity just to straighten everything up. Make sure you're happy with how that step looks before you tighten up the bolts. Nuts, sorry. And the front steps are pretty much the same. You've got your little encapsulated screw here, and if you need to clean anything off, any debris off there, take that off before you screw it in. Get it nice and flat, and they just go through these two holes.
Yeah, front steps aren't handed, doesn't matter which side.
No.
But the backs are.
Yep, they sure are. And you also find when you screw them up, just before you nip up the top one, just make sure it's nice and straight inside. Tighten that into position. And that is your right hand valance. So we'll build the second one, and then we'll put them on the chassis. Now, if you need to, the position of this on here, you sometimes have to just file a little bit of clearance into that edge and into this edge as well, just to make sure you can get the right position for this to go in. Yep, okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Yep, that's pretty tight. Line up the screws on the inside. Squeeze that in. Screw that together. Nice. That looks good and straight. When you come to fit the body, the fit of these valances on the buffer beam is critical. The body is actually quite a nice tight fit. Excellent. So there's clearances in these top holes, so you've got a little bit of movement. You've got 3.5mm socket cap.
3mm.
Is it 3mm?
Yeah.
Oh. Yep, 3mm and a 2mm. You can tell which one's which. There's a 3mm hole and there's a 2mm hole. Just get that lined up. But there is adjustment on the top one. You can see you've got a little bit of adjustment before you tighten it up. That's critical when you're getting your body on. I'll get all of these bolted into place and then we can fit the body up, tighten it all up. So I've tightened up the main, the two big 3mm. My top tip for the day is with this 4mm nut runner, these little M2s are tiny, so you can absolutely load the head with about 3 or 4 of them, and then you can get in to just tighten up these ones. It makes life so much easier. You do one at a time. You might lose the odd one, but hopefully you can find them again. Here's a bit of a fiddle. Well, there we go. Once you've got all 4 of those M2s into position, then you can get the body, pop it on, move the valances about a little bit to give yourself your final adjustment, and then tighten everything up nice and tight. You'll also find that the powder coating on the front buffer beam can be pretty thick, so you might file yourself a little bit of clearance on that front buffer beam too, just to give yourself a little bit of clearance. I can show you that when we fit the body. Certainly makes your life a bit easier with a nut runner. So, I haven't done them up tight, so I've still got a little bit of movement there. And with the appropriate file, if you want to, you can just work that little edge to give yourself a little bit of clearance. But I'll get the body, pop that into position, get my finger up on the inside and just do a final nip on these Allen keys. That should have those valances correct. So this body's a little bit further progressed than yours will be, but the size of it is still the same. It's nice and firm, it's all steel, and it's a pretty tough body. So what you have to do is drop that into the chassis at that section, give it a little squeeze around this section, just push that down home. You want that body in the chassis where it should go. And now I'll put my finger up on the inside and I just nip up these little Allens, get them nice and solid. Being helpful if I had the right size Allen key. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. You can just tighten those into position. You've still got a little bit to do on the bottom of the chassis as well, but this just gets your clearances nice on that body. Number 4. Tight. And that actually should set you so you can take your body out, drop it back in again. Pretty happy with that?
Yeah.
So
you've got this lip here that drops down on inside the back buffer beam, and at the front there's another lip just set back a bit, and that drops inside the front buffer beam.
Perfect. I'm going to get the fuel tanks on. These are nice and simple. Just screw those into position. And then last but not least, don't forget to put your 4mm nuts on the main bolts, and we'll screw all that up nice and tight. 2, 3, 4. And we've got these last little nuts to go on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need a big Phillips screwdriver for this one. And I also will do this with a ratchet. I'm going to get these nice and tight. There we go. Perfect. do this up nice and tight. Once all these bolts are done up, you've got a very substantial chassis. And there we go, that is one nice substantial chassis. Nice and weighty as well. So we're almost there on the chassis. Next thing is the bogies. So you know you've got the front bogie with the 4 and you've got the rear bogie with the 2, clearance for the rear steps. So you get a rough idea where your positioning is there. And what I do, got the spacers. So you've got these little spacers. You just want to put a little bit of grease on them, because this is going to be the pivot point on the chassis. Just a little bit of grease on there. You have these tiny little pan heads with a nylock. We've got these little pan head screws with the nylock. Nylock's a good system. What it enables you to do is to do the nut up absolutely till it goes solid and tight, and then you back it off about 1/3 of a turn. And there you go. You've got up and down movement, you've got side to side movement, and you've got a little bit of grease in there. So let's just do this one. Actually, this is already greased up. I've already done this. Get a little bit on the chassis. Don't be shy with the lubrication. It doesn't need a lot, but if you don't do it, you're going to give yourself friction there, and you don't want friction. Ah, there we go. Do your nylock all the way up till it's tight, it's solid, back it off about 1/3 of a turn. There we go. I mean, some of you will have 2 powered versions, others will just have a single power version, but this covers just about everything. And you can see, if you set your sprockets and chains up the same way, everything is straight line. It's quite easy should you then want to come along and adjust to get your gauge adjustment from 32mm to 45. But that chassis is pretty much complete now. I'm happy everything looks nice and straight. It's all pretty solid. So yeah, we're on with the body.
Pop him on then.
Pop the body on. Yeah. Starting to look like a real train now.
Yeah, that's looking something, isn't it?